so that you don't have to listen to the dog.
I can find it. Well, of course I can't find it now. All right, where are you? Okay, hold on. You still there? Okay, you're still there. Why can't I find my...
The share screen. Yeah, there you are.
You see it?
Yep.
Okay, that was really weird.
No, you're good. So you can just maximize and index through them however you want. And I can hear you just fine.
All right, let's go. All right, so Big Accelerator. You've heard of it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's start there. Okay, so Big Accelerator is kind of something that came out just in the last couple of years. So, 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago, SIA did this big push to consolidate everything into the DREAM programs, trying to create focus, trying to create, especially like a more global focus, instead of all the random projects that people were doing. Which was really stressful for a lot of clubs. A lot of clubs had projects they were very tied to, very well known in the community. And SIA came out and said, can't do those anymore. Caused some concern. They heard us, took a couple of years, came back and said, okay, you can get credit as long as it's still very much in line with the mission of SIA. So this is still kind of a new concept to a lot of clubs. They rolled it out without a big splash, and now it's getting a lot more traction. And we'll talk about why in a second. So, why is my... Wait, I went too far. Hold on. Okay. So objectives for what I kind of want to cover today. And a lot of it, like I said, I want to just have some time to talk, understand what it is, how it relates to the big goal, how to know what's eligible versus not, and then how to report any big accelerator projects to SIA. So the big goal, we all know, 500,000 women and girls over 10 years. So 2021 to 2031. I think we talked about this at the district meetings, but just the sheer impact of live your dream, dream it be it. So live your dream, Clovis aside, because you're an exception. Most clubs give 1 to 5 awards. Clovis has to, make us all look bad, but that's
some generosity. we had some generous people.
I know, it's so fantastic. So as a region, we give out over 120. So, that's a good number, but it's still 120. And we do Dream It Be It, and those really range. We have clubs that will do Dream It Be It for 5 girls, and we have clubs that have well over 100. So that varies. But in and of itself, a Dream It Be It program is going to impact a lot more girls than the Live Your Dream Award in terms of sheer numbers.
Right.
And then when we talk about Big Accelerator, we have open up this whole avenue of all these other things that can really make a big difference toward meeting that $500,000 goal, which is why it's super important, as important as the other two, as long as they align correctly. And they have to align to get credit for it. So I think that's why there's a big splash on and push on this, is it really can help us literally accelerate toward that goal. That's why I think it's appropriately named. So just a reminder, these are the 3 programs at SIA that we're supposed to be focused on: Live Your Dream, Dream It Be It, and then Big Accelerator. So nuts and bolts. What does the project have to meet in order to be eligible for Big Accelerator? So it's very similar, if you know the mission, which is about education and economic empowerment, the criteria are the same. So we're working only with women and girls who are facing obstacles, which, we pretty much all do, no matter what our walk in life, because we're women. Definitely focus on increasing access to education or economic empowerment, and think in terms of career development, job training, job skills, those sort of things. Ultimately, the goal is economic empowerment, whether it be through education or something else. It must be led by Sir Optimus Club. So a lot of clubs are participating in things in their community as part of a community effort, and those are great, but not necessarily going to qualify unless it's really kind of attached to Seroptimist, and it needs to be hands-on. So we need to be. It doesn't mean we can't just give money, because in some instances that will work, but it should be something that we're doing. So this is a great way to count a lot of the hands-on service projects that we like to do, that really draw a lot of members in, that we kind of got away from when we were so focused on just the 2 DREAM programs. And then, of course, in order to get credit, we need to report it to SIA. So last year, our region as a whole submitted 1, and I think that's because no one knew about it. And this year I've seen a couple, still haven't seen a lot, but I've seen a couple. So that's kind of the high level criteria, but we'll talk a little bit more about what that means. Here's some examples. We can relate to these in our communities. Poverty, or our programs where we're helping girls, are they specifically targeted toward lower income families? Gendered violence, so domestic violence, other things that come in the form of just purely because we're women. Racism, teen pregnancy, foster youth is a biggie, single parenting, substance abuse, homelessness. So just some examples that we can all relate to.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Getting back to the slide before where it says hands-on.
Yes.
How would some of the stuff we do with the online club, we're trying to integrate, like we find projects we can do where it's virtual. So our projects, even if we met the other criteria, because we're not actually in person doing it, we wouldn't be able to do them.
Right.
Okay.
But like your hope bags, dream bags, whatever. I mean, that's hands-on in the sense, right?
Yep.
Oh, even though there's only certain that we sponsor it, but there's only like a couple of the members that are actually physically putting them together. So that works.
Yeah, that's okay.
I would think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's going to apply to us too.
Yeah. Okay, so what's not eligible? So access to Live Your Dream and Dream It Be It means those are exclusive of this. So we're not going to count programs that are geared toward Live Your Dream or Dream It Be It. So for example, if we gave a 2nd-year award to a past Live Your Dream recipient, for example, technically doesn't count as big accelerator, because that's very, the things that qualify the women and girls to participate in those 2 programs are unique to those. So we're trying to reach other women and girls that aren't impacted by these 2 programs. Now, as with anything, and we'll talk more about this, there's always going to be some gray area, right? I mean, there's extended assistance and ongoing mentoring and things like that we might do for some of these women. And there might be a way for those to count. But generally speaking, SIA is saying, if that's your target audience should be different than what these 2 programs are reaching. A couple examples of things. These slides kind of go back and forth between eligible and ineligible, and give some examples. A couple examples of ineligible projects, just raising awareness. So for example, if we held a seminar on sex trafficking or something like that, which a lot of clubs do, that in of itself wouldn't necessarily qualify. It's good. It's not saying we shouldn't do it, but it's not kind of a big accelerator by definition. Women's health projects like sponsoring mammograms or things like that are health related, not so much focused on education and economic empowerment. So again, good things just don't quite fall into the big accelerator category. Examples of things that are eligible projects. So additional scholarships and cash awards. So particularly this is going to apply to high school girls. So a lot of clubs do high school scholarships. Our club does. I know almost all of our clubs do. That with the right criteria around it can qualify. Any classes, if we were to sponsor any classes specifically on education or job skills, those could count. Providing items that remove a clear obstacle to work or school. So think like assistance with transportation or books, computers, software, those types of things, childcare, anything that we can assist with that gets a woman or girl into a position where they can reach their educational goals. Those are types of things we're looking for. Just like anything, especially Dream It Be It, a good way to impact through big accelerators by building partnerships and looking for opportunities, ways we can help women or girls in need. Again, just keep in mind, though, that the project has to be Seropta SLED. So this is more of a connection to say, what's the need? Is there something that we can do in any of these areas? So in the local college, homeless shelter, domestic violence shelter, high school, after school youth programs, boys and girls clubs. There's a lot of, we partner with some of those on, like Boys and Girls Club, high schools, for example, on Dream It Be It. But it needs to be something outside of that specific program. And my guess is that most clubs aren't looking for something new to do. They're looking to get credit for what they're already doing. In many cases, that's a generalization and not 100% true across the board, but I generally get the feel that's where clubs are. More examples. What's not eligible? Just giving money away, giving money to another organization. Not saying you can't do it, just saying it doesn't really quite count. Beautification projects, so cleaning up the street, building something at the park, whatever, those kinds of things don't count. And providing items that don't necessarily relate to educational access or career development. So there are ways to help people that don't quite qualify. I think this is very repetitive, but eligible, just a reminder, led by Seroptimists or women and girls. We've pretty much covered that. Make it count. So if you have a project that's maybe in a gray area and maybe doesn't quite qualify, there are ways we can tweak it slightly to make it count. So for example, just one example, we can talk about some others, like a scholarship program. If a scholarship is based on academic performance or community service or something like that, probably not going to count. If it's geared toward, low income girls, maybe first generation, other things besides just grades can probably qualify. So I know our club does a scholarship program every year that has a mentoring component to it that lasts their whole time through college. And we have 60 girls now in our program that have started and gone all the way through. And that counts, because it's 100% targeted to low-income girls that couldn't otherwise go to college. And I think that's the case for a lot of scholarship programs in our region. Some other examples of things that could qualify, helping women complete the GED. So if they, had to drop out of high school for some reason and want to go back and need a GED, then, offering assistance to them to do that can certainly count. Any kind of skills training, computer or otherwise, helping them specifically to either be more prepared for school or for work. Economic activities, how to balance a checkbook, how to, whatever along those lines. Vocational cooking or any kind of vocational class that potentially helps move them into some sort of career. High school scholarships we talked about. And a big one is supporting girls aging out of foster care. And it's a big issue that we're all aware of. And we have definitely some clubs working in this area. And then just touch on how the reporting process works. It's pretty easy. It is an online form with SIA. So they do want it submitted online. It's essentially like one page, I think. It's very short and sweet. And June 30th for any activities in this club year to report and get credit for. I did one last year. I don't remember, but I really think it's like maybe a page and a half at most. It's very short and sweet, to the point, and it's pretty clear, like you either qualify or you don't. So, and it's on the website, but I can certainly share the link if you need me to. And then I just kind of wanted to talk the rest of the time about, maybe projects that you're doing that, oh yes, without a question, that counts for Big Accelerator, or maybe things you're doing or considering doing that you're not quite sure. And we could talk about, is that just a no-go, or is there a way to kind of move it into the eligible category? So thoughts on that? I've shared the one that we do, which is it's a scholarship program, but it's a little bit, it's kind of got our own twist on it. Our club was bequeathed a pretty large sum of money back in the day from one of our past presidents in her estate, with the direction to set that money aside to create this scholarship program for girls. So by definition, the scholarship program for our club is the girls have to attend a high school in the city of San Francisco, and they have to attend college in the state of California. So those were the criteria that were given to us with the gift. And we specifically do target low income girls in our evaluation. And so like I said, we do 1 to 2 a year, depending on how much money we have. And we see them through all 4 years of college and mentor them as well. We have a pretty strong mentoring program where we meet with them about 3 or 4 times a year, or as needed if necessary. And our goal is to make them or help them graduate. We have a 100% graduation rate. We have one recipient who had some family issues and was having trouble completing. She's in her 5th year now, and we've continued to help her, even though it's beyond her 4 years. And she will be graduating in May. So we're excited about that.
Good. Very good.
So what things are your clubs doing? And I know, Maria, you're a little bit unique in being online, but things that you think, yes, I know this qualifies and I'm going to report it, or anything that you think might and aren't sure about?
Someone probably needs to reach out, because I was at the Tulare Club, did a tea.
Mhm.
Proceeds of their tea went to buy signage to help the kids get to school safer.
Oh,
But all kids, not just women and girls. So that would would they qualify for that? Should someone reach out to them and tell them? Because it was a pretty substantial fun project.
Yeah, I think that could be kind of a gray area, but I think it could probably be there's probably a way to make it work. And the other thing is, you can always submit it and they can always say no.
right.
Yeah.
There's no risk in seeing if it works, and maybe they'll give some feedback on it. I would say if it benefits all kids, it's hard to say that, that's not a good thing to do. We don't want to kill all the boys. Yeah, I think that we can definitely reach out to them. I can ask Joelle to do that and work with them on it and see if we can get it there.
Yeah, because I know they do a lot of nice things there. They just have never really gotten in the habit of reporting, but they are a small club, but they do a lot of good.
Yeah. No, that's a good example.
So can I ask, the form for reporting, can I assume that they're going to be looking for how many club hours were expended in administering this or participating in, like using Dream Bags as an example? They're going to want to know how many hours and how much money we put in?
I believe so. Why don't I just bring it up? How about that? So give me a second.
So I've got one, the Dream Bags, I think definitely, we're not talking about a large amount of money or hours here compared to Dream It Be It or Live Your Dream.
Right.
But like the law school thing that we do involves using, not only mentoring the woman, but then using her as a speaker and other activities like at Live Your Dream. So that one I think I can pretty well justify. And the dream bags sound pretty logical. But like, for instance, in the case of the substance abuse house, I think I really would say that we really just financially helped them. So I'm
Yeah.
hearing that would not count. So yeah, let's see what
Yeah, let's look at the form. So I
and it's sad that that doesn't count because it's so specifically career rescue. It's substance abusers with career rescue. But it's
and
not, we're leading a program going in there and doing a seminar or something.
so what are you doing exactly?
Well, we gave them money, so
You gave them
that's
money.
yeah, but it's a participation in their career development program of availability of careers but it was not like days and days or hours and hours. It was like, I mean, I did one career talk for like an hour.
I think that could totally count. Let's
Okay.
look. Okay, you guys see this?
Yeah.
So this is the online form. So it just starts by
Okay.
the criteria, right? So I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna
That's
submit one for my
education.
club. How about that?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
So we'll have it done. I'm gonna report this.
Yes.
So what member of the club usually does this? Like if our dream bags, who would we contact to have do this?
Anybody can do it. I think as long as you coordinate and don't have more than one person do it. I mean, I just did ours last year because I knew about it.
And it's Caden in our club that she loves mentoring anybody about what to
Yeah,
do with green bags.
yeah.
And that's in partnership with the FBI.
So this is a club project. What's our
Mhm.
region? Down here at the bottom.
Boy, it's really raining now. Ooh. Dang.
If you don't know your club number, it's okay. It's in here.
Right,
But I can
right.
tell you it starts with 117, and I'm
Yeah.
lucky because ours is 117, 117. So 117 is our region. I learned this. Okay.
I never knew that.
So yeah, 117 is everybody, and then you have 3 more. Okay. Is this a joint project with another club? It could be. I mean, that doesn't rule it out. So I'll say no in this case. Project name. So. Oh, Sue, remind me to show you the poster for Furthering the Dream. Summarize in 50 words or less. Well, that's not a lot of words.
Uh-huh.
Just explain what
Yeah.
it is. Okay, yeah, here's your questions.
Yeah.
How many volunteer hours? How much money?
Wait, do not count funds provided for a scholarship in this total. So if this would be spending some other tools like the Hope bags type, I mean, dream bags.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
And then did you receive immediate attention, include new partners, attract new members? That's always a biggie.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if this will let me go on, and it probably won't.
Probably not. Yeah, I'll see it.
Good.
But okay, I pretty well get the gist of it.
But I think if I'm just gonna kind of put some stuff in here, I'll come back to it. I don't know. 35. I'm just gonna 36. I don't think we spent any money on this.
And I wonder if it's going to ask what scholarship, if we gave a scholarship, how much? I'm not seeing that question.
You know, I don't. Oh, I guess I have to put something here.
Yeah, you attracted members.
Always.
Always.
How many new members?
Well,
I'm just
yeah.
making this up right now.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna actually hit submit.
hit the button.
Okay, who primarily led and delivered? Our project was led and delivered by our club or by another organization. We want to always say our club or it won't count.
Or it'll disqualify right there.
Yeah, it's a trick question.
Yeah, aren't they tricksy?
Okay, target population.
And there's your signage thing, Maria, it would be both women and, well, no, pardon me.
Well,
both
you
girls.
have to just say girls, I guess.
Yeah, uh-huh.
What obstacles? Definitely poverty, because we're geared toward that.
Yeah, ours is poverty, trafficking, substance abuse.
That's
So if
primarily-
we did our bags, it would be violence.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
homelessness, possibly violence,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was just
language
texting her.
barriers, possibly.
She didn't know it qualified. She's excited. I just texted her.
And ours would include criminal record.
Yep. How many women and girls participated? Past live your dream or dream it be it. That's good. Or new. So how many? Total
And
number of
they mean,
participants.
they mean participants, not club members, right?
Correct. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna just say, yeah, I'm just gonna make up a number. Total participants 10.
Uh-huh.
Okay, which categories best represent your project? Giving a scholarship award, provided educational classes, removing obstacles. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna say all three, because we do all three. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then, okay, so if you check it, oh,
Okay,
here's
there,
you go.
list the amount, yep.
Here's the
okay, there.
amount.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna say 5,000. I don't know what the number is actually. Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. I didn't even type that right. Whoa. College, okay, so 5,000. Meaning it could be used for anything. Okay. You selected provided educational classes. And then check what you did. So that's the one that applies for us. You selected remove obstacles, provided necessary items for education, books, whatever. I'm just making this up.
Sure,
Estimated cash value. I'm just gonna make up a
we
number.
gave an iPad or something like that, yeah. Mhm.
We've done that before.
No, we have to.
Do you have any photographs you'd like to share? I'm gonna say no, because I don't have their. And that's it. Anything, and then it's a free for all where you have 300 characters.
So
Yeah.
where do you find this format again to fill it out?
Do what?
Where do you find the format to fill it out? If there was-
It's on the SIA website. So, what I can show you where it is, but what I usually do is I'll type Seroptimist International of the Americas, what I want, and it'll take me right there. It's easier than navigating the website.
Yeah,
You
sometimes.
just
yeah.
typed in Seroptimist International Big Accelerator, it'll take you right there.
Yep.
That's the easiest way to do it.
Every once in a while, the website gives me some, PDF in Korean or something that's like, no, that's not
Yeah.
what I wanted.
Yeah. So it's
No,
pretty
this is great.
straightforward. Like it's not, so you need to know the dollars, you need to know the number of people. And outside of that, a good concise description that, uses the buzzwords that SIA likes, will probably.
I think that, I'll be able to submit, several, like a dozen hours and a few $1,000s. It's not
Yeah.
like I have any, great, big, huge thing, but this is good.
Yeah.
I mean, dream bags would be the most substantive of what we're doing, but then I've got two more that I think they'll probably count.
I feel like when we had, maybe it was District 1 meeting with Loretta, and we were talking about the dream bags, and we were thinking we needed like one extra thing to make it count. And I think it was centered around, how do we make it centered on education? Like, maybe we don't, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I actually think it will count.
And isn't there a little bit of a definition of education? Because in that case, I mean, they're being put through the FBI program to exit their lifestyle and become different citizens.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's
you're
just
right.
another, it's along those lines of removing an obstacle.
Yeah.
We have to write
Yeah.
them
Like
inspirational.
I don't have to be trafficked.
We write them inspirational messages for every
Yep.
bag.
Yep.
Mhm.
We're educating them that there's people out there that care about you. It's far-fetched, but
It's not like they're getting a degree or a certificate in the traditional sense, but they're definitely being educated about different options for their lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
now I have a question for you. What if, because we're online, where it's hard for us, but I'm also a 4-H leader, and I do public speaking, job interview,
Oh, great.
judging, and training, and project. What if the online club were to coordinate some kind of like online job interview skills and invite youth to participate?
I think that's
Would
perfect.
That's perfect.
That's a perfect example of what looking for.
I tell you, Maria, you're my person. I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty.
Yep. I got, as full as my plate is, I'm on a planning committee for a big convention in April. The call went out Monday that they needed a public speaking coach for 2 clubs because a bunch of moms got together and decided they were going to do public speaking. And my first instinct was to close the computer and say, no, no, no. My second instinct was I sent an email and said, I'll be home Saturday afternoon if you come over.
Well, I'm an FFA judge, and then I was Illinois 4-H honor member.
Love
Yeah,
it.
I've judged FFA job interview,
Mhm,
the
mhm.
regionals here. 4-H, I've judged all the way to the state. I've coached some state people, but
Very
I was,
cool.
we could do an online, but invite high school age girls and do like a job interview.
Absolutely.
Still.
And in particular, just to brainstorm on this for a second, the fact that they have to get on Zoom to do an interview nowadays anyway, the fact that you are online, you could go down that whole angle that, okay, we're gonna teach you to win a job in this space.
Mhm.
And how
And
to
I'm also a
prepare.
Toastmaster, so it's like there's certain things, like right now I'm sitting in my chair, but there's certain things they teach you, like get lined up, what's your lighting, what's your background. There's little things that, would it be something that if the online club were to decide to do this, we can invite other clubs? So would Clovis be interested in promoting it?
Absolutely.
We
Yep.
cover everybody in the whole region, but I think that would be a good way for us to use our online status to promote something online that you could still help women and girls in the virtual.
I
Absolutely.
think that's a great idea.
It's
I would love to
so-
see that. Yeah.
Yep, so pertinent now with the amount of virtual interviewing that's going on now that didn't used to happen.
Mhm.
It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, it's a whole different, it's kind of this whole different set of skulls.
I know it was humbling for me because I used to win I've won a lot of public speaking contests, and I joined Toastmasters the first year of COVID. I was in a public speaking contest. So one of the ladies in my Toastmasters group was high up with Pepsi Cola.
Cool.
So she's, oh, I'll help you. So here, cocky me, set up my phone, like, here's my speech, coached winners, I've won a lot. And she's like, you're not centered. It was like a whole, like starting back your very first presentation.
Right.
Like I was completely derailed, but I was fortunate because I never had done, but she, having been in the corporate world, they've been doing this for a while. They had certain guidelines. So you don't realize it.
Yeah. Very cool. Good idea. See, we brainstormed.
I like that idea a lot. Yeah.
That, and I don't have it now because you're my second Zoom for the night, so I apologize. But I have a thing of lipstick in my pencil case at my desk, so whenever I'm in a Zoom, I can. So, but you didn't think of that 3 years ago.
Mine is to just stop the dog from climbing on my lap in the middle of the Zoom. She's circling us right now. She's trying to figure out how to get me to get up and let her outside in the rain, and then she won't do anything.
I was mortified about 2 hours ago. I bought my granddaughter today a big pink flamingo rocking horse at a thrift store, and I put it in the middle of the living room. Well, the Zoom an hour ago was a statewide rosary praying with priests, right? So I'm usually muted the whole time, but I was unmuted because we were getting to the declare your intention. So I was going to pray for the people in flood zones. My husband comes in, his cow dog runs up to this thing, can't figure it out. And here's my farmer husband in the middle of the beginning of this room. What the hell?
But it could have been so much worse.
It could have been so much worse.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I don't know if you can see the big pink flamingo over there. It's
I
dark.
love it.
Oh, how fun.
Well, please.
Flamingo rocking horse. So it did warrant a what the hell if you walk in
What the
there.
hell is happening here?
I can
What do you
understand
think,
that.
Judy? I feel like
little old ladies on the other end of a Zoom. I just sat there like maybe they won't realize it's live.
Maybe they didn't hear it.
well, I think that we've been very effective. So
Yeah, no, I've learned a lot. Loretta's excited. And I like anything else, like I mentioned before with government and checking boxes. Sometimes you just need to know the box to check in order to make it qualify.
Oh,
So
exactly.
was the education point.
here's the search dog.
Oh my goodness. You're a hero in your own right, helping find people.
Now this is my young dog, my Doberman, who is now deceased. We were 28 missions of missing people in Los Angeles County. I was part of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. It was a I was a uniform wearing volunteer. And so we searched for almost none, no hikers. It was Alzheimer's, dementia, developmentally disabled,
Yep.
runaways, suicides. But yeah, my Doberman did 28 missions.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And there's Sugar. Say hi, Sugar.
Hi, Sugar.
She's a
Our
good girl.
for the online program, my next door neighbor across the road on the dairy here is a sheriff detective.
Ah,
And on our online club, he did a really good program on scams, which surprised me that some of the ladies had been victim, and you think
Yeah.
we're the higher educated part of the
the demographic. Yep.
And he always laughs. He goes, if Maria, because I always have kids over, I have 4-H kids, I have his kids, he has 6.
Huh?
If you ever got lost, instead of sending out a search dog, I would just send out a bunch of kids and you would find them. You would come to the kids.
We come to the kids. Now,
That's funny.
well, what was I just about to say? I completely lost the train of thought. But I was trying to think of something further to do with our interviewing idea, but it's okay. I'll think of it later.
Yeah.
But the
So I'll
Judy
have
is very effective.
I'm kind of swamped right now with the elections and officers and everything, but that might be a good long-term project for next year, and invite the other clubs in the region.
I think it's a good idea because it is online, so it could be open. And I like the idea of your club spot. It could, because you focus on, being online. So
Yeah.
How would we handle the hands-on with that though? Like I always said,
you know
like,
what? I think that is
Or is
hands-on.
hands-on.
Like really, honestly, if you're getting it advertised and getting the word out and creating a flyer, even if it's online, I think that counts as hands-on.
I
And
think that
especially if the members are the ones doing the education, then that is hands-on.
I think in this case, they mean hands-on, not like we have to do something, but
just
but
give
that
money
we
to somebody
are
to do it for
participative.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that we didn't just hand them a check, we actually did something.
Yeah.
So that's-
okay.
No, I think that totally counts. You can think of that as a virtual hands-on. So.
Absolutely. Thank you, you guys.
Thank you.
You
My
are
daughter
so
very
welcome.
impressed with the Clovis Club.
Sorry,
My
Maria.
daughter, when she joined, she was so impressed. The president took her out to coffee so she would know somebody when she walked into her meeting for the first time. She's been very impressed with all of you.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
good.
Very
That's
cool.
good to hear.
Thank you.
Okay, say hi to her because if you talk to her before, I will, but I probably emailed her yesterday.
Yeah, she just got back from New York, and on the first day, she went to go see Hamilton. On the first
my
day
God.
when she got there, she had to spend time in Central Park because the water board wasn't supposed to drop some massive report until after she got back, and they dropped it while she was on the plane.
Oh no.
So she was literally, she said she was sitting in Central Park on her computer processing this mega report and sending replies to her clients the first day of her vacation.
But
So I would
she's
give her a day or two.
But she saw Hamilton in New York.
That's the important thing, right?
Oh,
I'm gonna stop the recording.